how to get better at Magic faster, really how to improve at anything faster, get better, level up your skills. Welcome in, much love. Trav here from Playa Zicatela, Puerto Escondido. La Punta out here after this video. I'm gonna go out into the ocean waves. It's gonna be nice hanging around for a week after Grand Prix Mexico City. Team Sealed finished 23rd. A little bit of dough for the plane ticket home. All right. Continue my quest for Gold Pro this year. Try to make it to the World Championships individually through draft. Try to make the World Champs as a team. So I got a big year ahead, and I wanted to take a moment today, sit down with y'all or take a walk with me and talk about how to get better faster. It's a question that I like to answer and I constantly learn and want to add to it because it's also the most useful thing I can share, I think. Generally the process of people want to know what's the tech on living end, which card is better. Well, if I can help you just get better, have a process system, then that stuff's really trivial, right? We need a good macro strategy, forget the micro stuff. So the first thing I'm gonna throw out here, and I'm coming out from a different direction, is you have to get in a lot of reps playing paper cards. So you need a good ratio of consumption and production, of taking in info and of acting, implementing. It's possible to spend too much time absorbing information and never taking action. And if you do that, you're really not gonna improve very fast. We have a lot of people who only read articles, and people who only test online, people who only practice or observe, and that stuff's good and we'll get to that, but you have to be playing, and particularly playing paper, because the tournaments themselves are paper. The highest level tournaments are paper, so you need to be playing a lot of paper Magic. When you're playing online, you're missing out on a lot of the psychological stuff, you're missing out on a lot of the tricks, you're missing out on a lot of the bluffs, you're missing out on a lot of the time management stuff. So we see guys who don't play enough Magic are just not good at it, obviously, duh. That's something that I've never said on a video before, but especially paper is important. And the second part of that is you want to play paper with and around people who are very good, ideally. And this is an obstacle. A lot of people come to me and join the mastermind, and we're trying to fix that, the coaching program, trying to fix that by having retreats and in-person meetups, but that's not the full fix. You have to have in your physical environment decent players. If you're better, raise them up to your skill level. Try to. If they're, or go to where the good players play and watch them in person. You can watch online matches, but you pick up little things when you see people play in person, how they tap, how they untap, how they move their cards around, how they communicate with their opponents. This is stuff that you want to see. One of the best ways to do this is Team Sealed and team tournaments, which I'm just coming off of, because you sit down, you play paper next to two good players. They're watching you, you're discussing mulligans, you're discussing plays, you get to see what bluffs they run and so on. And that stuff is huge. You'll learn so much so fast playing paper, doing stuff like that. So if you want to get better faster at Magic, you should be doing things like Two-Headed Giant. If your pre-release offers this, do Two-Headed Giant. It's one of the fastest ways to improve. Real talk, it's huge. So that's number one and number two. Play a lot of paper and try to play with and around and watching in person good players. And team events is a good way to do that. Number one, number two. Next up, attitude. This is important, something I need to talk about. You have to have the expectation that it's going to be very slow and you're not going to get really good really fast, and the ceiling is pretty low as well. So what I mean is, you're going to, even if you become a top level pro, you'll win 70-75% of your matches, maybe 80% sometimes. And then to top it an event, you have to go way beyond standard deviation, up to 90% for the weekend. So your expectation needs to be a little bit lower than what I see. And that helps you with persistence, because if you think like you're gonna get really good really fast and beat everyone, then sorry, because it's not gonna work that way. You're gonna get discouraged and you're gonna quit. And if you quit, you're not gonna achieve your goal at all. You're not gonna get better. So you have to have this mindset where I'm gonna play a lot, it's gonna take a while, I'm gonna learn things bit by bit. It's gonna take years. The best players have been playing for years. I've been playing for 22 years. You're not gonna catch up to me in 1 year. It's just not gonna happen that way. We can make it faster, but that's just not how it's gonna happen. So you need to temper your expectations and go in with that knowledge. If that's too much for you, then don't start, because otherwise you're going to quit. So you should know the expectation. A lot of people don't have realistic expectations, and I don't want to be responsible for that. I want you to know what it's actually going to be like, is that it's going to be a slow grind, and you're going to hit a low ceiling where it's still going to be hard to do well at events, even when you're a master. So the next thing, and those things, that stuff you can all do on your own. The next thing is building an online network. So this is where we talk about the mastermind, which is online coaching and online network. Not for everyone, you don't necessarily need that, but the idea with an online network is there might be good players in your area and you want to be playing paper magic with them. Turn around and go back. But you also want to have a good online network, because the best players are all around the world. And if you have an online network, you have a team, you don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to do all the testing yourself. You're going to have good lists. It's going to help you have better technology. With better technology, it's going to be much easier to win. You're also going to pick up things about how people prepare and so on. But it's really, shout out to the wind right now. That's really about the information game. I guess we'll go back, walk backwards here. That if you want to win the information game, which will save you a lot of time, have the best info on the draft formats, on how to play certain decks, you need to have a good online network. And you can join an online network. That's a good bet. You can also just start messaging people. That's probably a little bit less effective, because a lot of people get messaged. Some people will say, yeah, that's what's up. A lot of people will be responsive, but that's something to think about. Is there a team, online teams in your networks? Can you join in? This again is what the mastermind is for, or one of the things that it's for. But it's not for everyone. But it will help you get better if that's what your goal is. And there's a link to that below, somewhere down below. See if I can throw you guys another something useful. So play a lot of paper, play with good players around you, come in with a mindset where you're going to plod along slowly and learn slowly and get better, and that's okay. That's the expectation. You'll lose a lot along the way as you slowly catch up to people who have been doing it a lot longer than you, so that you don't quit early, and build a good online network. And let's wrap this up by explaining, yeah, this is actually a good bet for getting better at anything. For example, you want to get better at a sport, you have to do it, and you have to do it with good people, and you have to have that mindset, and you should also have a non-local network as well. You should have your local network and your internet network. That's got to be true of absolutely anything, I believe. So how to get better at anything faster. That's my recipe for success. I hope you find that useful. And let me know what you think. Holler at me in the comments. Let's fucking do it. those interested in joining the mastermind, click on the link in the description to get some more info on that. Everybody, stay blessed. Have a great day. Beautiful people. And learn how to get better.